What is the church? What is your definition of church? What thoughts and images pop into your mind when you think of the church? And do you really need the church? In the past few years, the church has been riddled with moral failures, let's call it that. The media has been covering this to a massive extent, and it's a good thing that the media is covering this because there needs to be accountability within the church. However, if you're one of those people who has never been to a church, doesn't really know what a church is, and only sees these media coverages of moral failure, your question would probably be, why would I need the church with all these moral failures? I can do a better job of living a good life without the church. So I would like to go to the biblical definition of church and what the Bible kind of says the church is. And I would like to read from Matthew 16, verse 18. There it says, "You are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it." There could be multiple meanings to this, but I think Jesus is referring to what Peter said 2 or 3 verses earlier. Peter says, "You are the Messiah, the Son of the living God," and the church is built on this truth and on this foundation. So just by this definition, the church is a group of people who believe that Jesus is the Messiah, the Son of the living God. The purpose of the church is to glorify God and make His name known and also make disciples. In Acts chapter 2, we get the biblical definition of how a church should operate. There it says, "They devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and to fellowship and to the breaking of bread and to prayer." This would equate to teaching, fellowship, communion, and prayer. These 4 things should be what or how a church operates. So do you really need the church? Well, if we look at the biblical definition of church, it's the community of people that gather in order to worship the Lord, to teach His word, to learn from His word, to pray together, to have communion together, just to enjoy the fellowship. It is encouraged to be a part of a community of people who are further along in order to help you in your faith. Paul says, run the race of life. And there's the saying, if you want to go quick, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And that pretty much hitting the nail on the head with the church. You want to do this together. You don't want to be there alone. You want to be able to have accountability, and you want to surround yourself with people who help you on your journey as a Christian so that you can also help others and make disciples yourself. I hope this clarifies your question of if you really need the church. If you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you want to stick around for more content, hit the subscribe button. Other than that, thank you for watching and see you next time.